my introduction to Islam was, I grew up Muslim. I grew up with it being a religion and a culture.
It was really strange. So to have this other culture outside, and you can hear the kids outside laughing and running and ripping, and you inside like making prayer and reading, you know, Arabic that you don't even really understand.
Really, my first image of Islam was in the Final Call building in the Nation of Islam.
I am not a loose woman. I'm a woman on the loose.
It wasn't such abject, like, just trust in God. It was, you have all the tools to create a successful outcome in this situation. The discipline that, you know, getting up early in the morning to meditate, the discipline that, you know, knowing that everything is bigger than you, that Islam has taught me.
I was born and raised in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Ayana Muhammad.
I corrected people when they mispronounced my mother's name, or when they would like to call her Miss Abdul, and I would say that's Abdul Azim. One of them, because I do have a spiel, one of them means God, and the other means servant, and I'm neither. So devoted servant to Allah is what you will call me, and you won't hyphenate it or shorten it.
My mother became Muslim in 1973. She was originally Catholic, and she had my first sister. She had her first child when she was 16, and she had me when she was like 22. When you are born into Islam, the theory is that you are a Muslim for the rest of your life.
I don't remember ever, you know, being told that, you know, you should be Muslim. I know it really made my father happy. Really, really made him happy. But I was really given, you know, the freedom, and I really sought it out for myself, not really knowing, you know, at such a young age where that intention came from, or where that, you know, that draw really was for me. But I know that, you know, when I was very excited when I could go to the mosque.
I got to pray next to my father. I got to express myself. I learned Arabic. I didn't get like the kind of separatist thing. Like, my dad asked me to wear hijab, and I was like, I want to wear a kufi. And he was like, you want to wear a kufi? I was like, I want to wear a kufi. So he let me wear a kufi. Like, my dad let me rock a kufi. I got to wear what he wore, as so long I was as pious as him. I shared, you know, wudu. I made wudu with him. I made salat. I would get up with him early in the morning and pray 5 times a day with him. So long as that was, you know, our activity. It was more to me as a bonding activity with my father than it was a cultural or a religious institution. We were black Muslims. I'm not Bengali. I'm not Pakistani. I'm not Iraqi. I'm from here. And my people are from here. And we're black Muslims. And it was a clique.
Because I don't need apologies. What I need is to be free. But emancipation is never granted. It must be demanded. So I can't stand for a double standard that sets up a society where Muslim girls are raped by strangers and murdered by their brothers for bringing shame on the family.
Actually, sexuality doesn't exist. You have sex with your husband or your wife, but being a sexual creature does not exist. Like, if you read the Quran, there's not a lot about that. It's really like black and white. It's like, these are your duties. This is what you're supposed to be doing. There's none of this, like, you know, sensuality, sexuality type stuff.
And I said, Dad, she and I used to be together. Not together like friends, but together like how a man loves a woman and how women love women. She's angry at me. She's throwing all my stuff out. Can I please keep some things at your house? It came out to him then. It does, you know, coming out happens over time. You know, but the moment, the statement, that was the statement when he got a better understanding, because, you know, he was thrown into action. Like I went into the house and, you know, there were fisticuffs. She wanted to hit me in front of my father. And like the Muslim, like, you know, the steely like silence and the steely like resolve, you know, and the immense respect that I have for my father, that I would not engage in something so petty in front of him.
You know, I was supposed to want to get married. I was supposed to want to have children. I did have this little voice that was just like, nah, you know, maybe this isn't it. But there really, you know, literally was no way for me to access that voice, because all of the information that I was receiving, all of the messages that I got was like, yes, 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 do this, do this, do this. You know, and he was like, come on, do this. So, you know, I got married. I was 19.
I wrote a poem just recently to my family, my whole family, and I said, let me tell you something. I am tired of being invisible, and if you guys, my grandmother's Catholic, my mother's Muslim, we got Christians. How do y'all all get to sit at that table and be 100% you? How when you get to my house, I could lay out a prayer rug for you? Been battered by Islam, you know what I'm saying? But I respect that this is what you choose for yourself. I could lay a prayer rug out for you, turn my music down and watch you make salat. But when I come to sit at that same table, it's only 50% of me sitting at that table, because the other half, y'all don't like, so I can't be 100%.
And they would try to be like, you know, sister, you know, you need to be blah, 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 you know, and imposing on me what I needed in order to be fulfilled. That's when I started having, like, issues with my Islam. And also seeing, like, I think anytime anyone experiences great hypocrisy within the confines of religion, it all goes to hell. There's not one person who is mildly intelligent that can accept bullshit from something that is supposed to be like the absolute love